afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all over the globe. I'm very excited, very happy to have a special guest today in our program, Mr. Otmaro Ruiz. I know Otmaro for quite a number of years, and I got a privilege and the honor. He was a member of our band for a few years. I don't remember how many, but it was a few years, and I still missing you, man, from my gigs. Yeah. Otmaro is from Venezuela, original, but he's living here in Los Angeles for many, many years. He has been doing a lot of gigs with a lot of different artists and his own projects. He got his own records. He's a composer, arranger, orchestrator, and an all-around musician. And if you are not familiar with his work, I encourage all of you to Google his name and go to YouTube and Facebook and all over to appreciate his talent and his abilities and incredible way to make music. And thank you so much, man, for doing this today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And believe me, you're in good company. We have, before you, we have a group of incredible musicians, Till Browner, Gordon Goodwin, Malcolm McNabb, Gary Grant, Jerry Hay. Oh my goodness, Chuck Finley.
The good vibes are still.
Oh man,
still going in the room.
A lot of great musicians. We have a privilege to make this program, and we're gonna talk about mainly about you, your career, your life, your personal things. Anything in particular that you want to mention or let the people know that you're working on. There's room for everything here. We're not going to avoid anything. Also, of course, later on, we're going to talk a little bit about your homeland, Venezuela. The whole thing is going on nowadays, and for sure you would like to illustrate the people with the reality of what's going on there.
Every opportunity is a good opportunity to put the picture out there.
But for the general information, I would love you to tell the people where you was born.
Well, I was born in Caracas,
the capital
of Venezuela.
Yeah.
And that's it. I was not born anywhere else.
No,
I was born only once. So.
Actually, we have only one chance, one place at a time.
Yeah, and I grew all my childhood up to when I moved to the United States when I was 25. So all my education basically I received in Venezuela. And I'm obviously extremely thankful that I had parents that wanted to support all the stuff that I wanted to do, which was a lot. I wanted to do so many things, and they kept providing me the opportunity to explore wherever.
Supporting you.
Yeah. So that's
That's cool, man. And then, what year you moved to the U.S.?
89.
89.
Well, I came in 87. Which is 31 years, correct?
Yeah.
No, 30 years.
30 years ago.
30 years ago, I came here and I was scouting for the place that I wanted to live at, and I stayed for a while, then went back to my country. Kind of like I needed to get some more paperwork.
Yeah.
Make it all.
Legal,
make it all good, make a little more money, produce a little bit more, funds to come. And then I moved in 89 for good, and I stayed.
Actually, we came to the U.S. in the same year.
Wow.
89. Yeah.
89? Wow. Yeah. So that's a whole life.
Okay.
A whole life.
And then you studied the music. Which one was your first instrument? The piano?
No, not at all. I came around to the piano really late in life. all my family is from the province of Venezuela, you know, from the
countryside.
The countryside, yeah. Farm. They're all farmers. How do you call it? Agriculture specialists, you know. So.
But your father was a doctor, no?
But yeah, my father and my mother were both doctors, and but you know, the typical Venezuelan family is either doctors, attorneys, or or farm people.
Or
you
farmer.
know? Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm the first one that went.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Those things. Are we on?
You're on.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I want to be sure.
And sorry, I lost
Your family.
Yeah. So I'm the first musician in the family actually, but I started playing cuatro. You know the Venezuelan cuatro.
Yeah, the small guitar with 4 strings.
Yeah, because everyone in Venezuela plays cuatro.
That was your first thing?
Yeah, everybody in Venezuela plays cuatro.
Wow.
So,
it's like everybody in Cuba playing
Yeah,
conga.
exactly. So you play a few chords and then, you know, joropo and all the... My family is from Guárico. My mother's family is from Guárico, which is the like country people, you know, cowboys and all that.
Yeah.
So a lot of música criolla, folk music. And then from the cuatro, I made the transition to guitar, you know, to acoustic guitar.
Classical guitar.
Yeah, and well, I started like, you know, doing the popular, and then immediately, I was like 8 years old, I was accepted in the conservatory, and then I studied the entire career of classical guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the...
And the piano came later.
The piano came later because I was messing around with organ. I studied organ too, and I realized that that the organ with the keyboards, I had a better connection, you know. I was a very good guitar student. I could play whatever was on the page very nicely. But as soon as you took the page, I couldn't do anything. I don't know why I didn't have that instant connection with the instrument. And then, you know, with the organ or with the piano, every time I put my hands in the keyboard, I could immediately find the notes and you know. So when
you felt more natural to you.
Yeah, so when I was 15, that's very late. When I was 15, I decided, okay, I want to be a pianist. And of course, in the conservatory, it was very late for them to accept me as a piano student.
Yeah,
Plus, I already had a guitar, so they said no. And so I asked them to allow me to take only technique, keyboard technique.
But no repertoire.
No repertoire, only technique.
Oh.
And I was lucky because the teacher that they assigned me, he was an Italian gentleman. I remember, very great guy. His name was Attilio Ferraro, and he told me, "Oh, I can teach you the piano, but I know you like jazz." And I used to play with American jazz bands during the war when they went to Italy.
He said that?
Yeah. So he taught me all these exercises that were very cool, like chromatic stuff for the keyboard. And that's pretty much what I did. A lot of just scales, arpeggios, exercises, because I thought, well, I have to really catch up.
You were lucky, no? With that guy.
I was very lucky with that guy. Yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. And then, never come back to the guitar after that?
No, that's, you know, it's still, I think about that. It was 9 years dedicated to that instrument, and I know that I broke my teacher's heart when I told him that I was not going to be a guitar player. But still today, when I arrange, I still have my guitar, and then, you know, I immediately go. If I write something, I play it. I try to see if I can, if it is possible to be played, you know, because I like being specific about the voicing sometimes.
Well, yeah.
So that's how I use it. But, you know, I was gonna bring a guitar today to show some of the stuff, but I don't have the nails anymore. I don't have the nails anymore, so it sounds like I'm wearing boxing gloves. So you don't want to hear that.
But you know what? You should be glad, man, because the knowledge you have of the guitar, that help you a lot with the keyboard, especially when you write music for guitar.
Yeah.
Because this is one of my many problems, that I'm not familiar with the guitar at all. And then when I write things for guitar, Dustin is, besides being a great engineer, he's a great guitar player too. And he said, Arturo, sorry, that doesn't sound like a guitar at all. I say, man, what I have to do? And I say, no, that's the inversion. You said the inversion and things they're completely different, and the possibility, you know, because of those closed notes in the guitar, that's almost impossible to do it.
Well,
you have to voice it completely different.
Check it out. There are some artists that go around that. Like, for instance, our friend Frank Gambale, he invented tuning for the guitar that allows him to play piano voices.
Whoa!
Chords. You see?
So no wonder I love Frank so much.
So that's why you know. I think you can do everything. I mean, in terms of chord quality, you can customize your voicing, and that's something that has been done for a long time. I mean, even in Baroque music, some tunes, some pieces, they have different tuning to allow you to have different open strings.
Open strings, yeah.
So that's all possible.
I remember when we started playing together, that always fascinated me, and I love in the way you use the keyboards in general. Because I know a lot of pianists who try to explode the keyboards in the full potential. Not very many have that abilities. And I remember, I always mention two people, Hilario Duran, the guy who played with me. Hilario, we got in Cuba a little organ from East Germany. That was a piece of crap. And man, Hilario made that thing sounds like amazing, like a B3, a good B3. And then otherwise, other pianists there in the island got all kind of things, and they always have the way to find the worst sound and the worst possibility. That means, you know, not necessarily the tool. We always said, what it matters is the Indian.
The Indian, not the arrow.
Not the arrow. The Indian, man, and you are a great Indian with keyboard, man. I remember when I hear you the first time playing guitar things and also the harmonica. I still remember that very fresh.
It's been more than 25 years.
Man, but and the way you sounds so authentic, sounds so real that you believe you're playing the instrument.
Wow. Well, that's very kind of you. But,
no, man, no.
And the thing that I think is important, and I have to be honest. You know, there's a phase. We're talking early 90s. You know, remember?
Early 90s.
Yeah. And when I heard for the first time Toots Thielemans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember that was in 86. A friend of mine let me listen to some records.
He just passed away, man. Unfortunately, man. Yeah.
Sweet
beautiful,
gentleman.
beautiful guy.
A friend of mine let me hear this. The first thing that I heard was Quincy Jones' album called The Dude. And Toots Thielemans plays Ivan Lin's tune, Velas. Yeah. And I have never, my father was a fanatic of the harmonica. That was the only instrument he could play.
That get freak.
Oh.
It's get freak.
Trying to reconnect.
Trying to reconnect. Man, you know what's weird? I didn't see anybody pressing anything.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Is it the internet?
Is there a button on the front of that?
It said, trying to reconnect.
Is there a red button on the bottom of that?
Did it just
say
freeze?
Probably have to just give it a second.
trying to reconnect.
There
We are no.
So the internet's just being flaky, but I believe it's still recording you while it's going. So you're still
Oh
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks God I didn't say any dirty word. Meanwhile, I'm sorry guys. This is not our fault. You know, it's the internet thing. But anyway, we were talking about Stillman.
Yeah.
You know who another one is amazing too? Stevie.
Oh, Stevie. Now, yeah, two different styles, correct? Two different styles,
But for me,
amazing.
those two of them, they are
Yeah.
amazing.
So when I heard my father, my father had no talent for music. But he loved music.
Yeah.
He was very appreciative of music.
We need a lot of those.
Yeah. The only instrument he could play was the harmonica, the small harmonica, diatonic.
The blues one.
Yeah, blues harp. And so when I was a little, that was a sound that I had in my head all the time.
Yeah.
And when I heard toots for the first time, I went like, wow, I don't know anybody can do that, you know? Of course, I learned it was the chromatic harmonica was the bigger one.
Yeah.
And I became really curious about this instrument because it was such
The
a sweet
inflection
sound.
of the sound
Yes,
of the
just
thing.
such a sweet sound. So of course, a few years later, we were playing together, and still I had that thing. You know, it's like I even bought a harmonica, and I tried to play for a while, and so I went through this phase in which I wanted to use that sound to play kind of like to manifest my admiration for toots through the way I play it.
And you nail it.
And I also the guitar, of course. I try to translate some of the stuff that I know can be done in the instrument to the keyboard. Later on, I moved. I moved on to a different phase. In which I like using the resources, but not with the sound, not with the harmonica sound. So to program sounds that are similar or that are kind of
In that vein.
responsive, but using the resources that I remember from that language. Yeah.
He also used to, he did it for years. He played the guitar. I mean too.
Yes, yeah.
He played the guitar
and he could whistle.
and whistled together. That was beautiful, and the sound was very unique. Very fresh, very wonderful sound.
Yeah.
Okay, I think when you get here in the U.S., you came straight to the Los Angeles area.
Yeah. When I came here, my possibilities were New York, Boston, like so many people want to go to New York and Boston. I was scared of the weather. I have to admit that was a very cheap escape route, but I have to admit I didn't know if I could handle the weather. I went to Miami also. I thought about possibly staying in Miami, and at the time I had some friends of mine that were living in LA that kept trying to get me here. They would send me music that they would record from the radio here, and they said, this is what they're playing in the radio in Los Angeles. This is artists from Los Angeles. So they kept, and they told me, this group is looking for a keyboard player, come and audition. So I
came here.
And of course the weather in California.
Oh my goodness, this is unbeatable. And do you remember your first gig here in LA?
Yeah.
Was it a bartender or something, or waiters?
No, well, I tell my friends, especially people that want to come to LA or want to move to anywhere, to start from scratch. There's no guarantee.
No, never.
You never have a guarantee.
In nowhere in the world.
Yeah.
No.
Because you can be, I know many guys that have very big careers in their countries, and they come here and nothing happens.
Oh.
And they don't know.
And vice versa too.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I tell them, you just have to wait. You just have to wait a little bit. And when you think it's not gonna happen, wait a little bit, and then it might happen. You know?
Yeah, be patient.
Yeah, you have to be patient.
you have to
So,
be patient.
in my case, I was so lucky because when I arrived in LA, the same day or the day after, my friend who picked me up at the airport told me, I need you to, let's put your luggage in the house and let's go because I have to play my graduation concert. He was graduating from college, music.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah. So we went straight from the airport. I thought it was the same day or the day after. Put my luggage in the apartment and went to his concert just to be with him. And then in his concert, they were playing one of my songs.
Your composition.
Yeah, one of my compositions. And the drummer was Alex Acuña. You see? So when I was there,
Necio Soup.
Necio Soup. So when they started playing, they say, why don't you play your song? So, okay, I played my song. And then that day, I created the connection with Alex.
Wow.
So that's luck. You know?
Yeah.
That's luck, or, I mean, if people want to say it was...
No, but you know what, beside that, it's of course, you were kind of lucky, but you were prepared too.
Well, yeah, you have to back it up. You have to back it up.
Yeah, no. For me, that's the bottom line. That's the most important thing. God maybe send you 2, 3 opportunities.
Exactly,
Sometimes send you one.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready for the
You have
first
to
one.
recognize it, yeah.
You have to really nail it.
Yeah.
Because later on, it's no room for complain or say like, oh man, I'm being unlucky. No, they give you a chance.
Yeah.
And you didn't
appreciate
use it or
take advantage. Yeah.
Take advantage of that, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
but as we say, sometimes, I mean, my father used to tell me, like, you know, I remember he used to say that it's much better to be ready and not go anywhere than having to go somewhere and not being ready.
He was very right. He was
And,
very right.
So,
very
you know,
right.
in this business, you have to be always ready to give your 100%. But again, you can be super ready and maybe
That chance never
comes.
Or came
But
later.
that's-
Or maybe came later.
Yeah. So you have to be
Okay, let's do a little parenthesis and play a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
so because I want to take advantage that you are here and you
What would
got
you like
just
to do?
set up. They play something easy and relaxing and
sure.
pretty.
Play a ballad?
Yeah. You got a sound there? Thank you, man. Wow. Beautiful, man. Those sounds. Can you illustrate us a little bit? What kind of sound are you using there? That's strings?
That's okay.
It's a combination?
This is I mean, I don't know if you can see it. This is a very cheap very cheap, very inexpensive.
Inexpensive, yeah.
I don't like using the word cheap.
Good.
My Spanish translator software betrayed me.
Inexpensive.
Very inexpensive.
But efficient.
Yeah. But this is something that I bought when sometimes you have to go to rehearsals and you don't want to kill your hand. So this is like super light. See, you can with only one hand.
And those sounds belongs to that keyboard?
I intentionally brought it. And because, I use only factory sounds from this. This keyboard has, cool. You don't have the ability. You can modify the sound a little bit. But this is used to... Preset. It doesn't have a way to edit. You have to edit with a computer. You have to hook it up with a computer and then you see it in your screen and then you can tweak your sounds.
Yeah.
I use it as I got it from the box. That's how I use it.
Wow, that's
but
the sound is beautiful.
Well, I just went through some sounds really quickly, when I was setting up, because I like sometimes the sounds that the keyboard say. Sometimes the keyboard says strings, So this is. Okay, let me see if I can dial something here. String,
Yeah.
So you go for this. It's too bright. Yeah.
Sound a little artificial.
Yeah, because they want to get a little more of the harmonics and the attack, but then you're stuck with. You will need to really work in the programming to make it more
warmer,
dynamic, like so that you can have more like lower frequencies when you play softer, and then bring the filters. You can ride the frequency, so that it's brighter as you play.
With the touch,
with the touch,
Wow.
So instead, I try to, for a ballad, I would go for something that is not necessarily strings, but it's warm, and that's what I'm looking for. That just very, very almost opaque,
like a muted.
Like a muted, muted
strings. Yes, but I love it for this kind of thing. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And over there, as a
synthesizer. This is more like a synthesizer. You cannot see it in the screen, but. This is
but the sound was
okay. I programmed that. Yeah, and that is more like an analog kind of model, where I take
like a Moog kind of thing.
Like a Moog, So I layered a couple of waves. You can hear that they are actually detuned. You can hear how they are
without doing nothing, just pressing the key.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I detuned them in a way that they are almost there.
But for solo, it's beautiful.
Exactly. So it moves. So when something is too, if you put the two oscillators absolutely in tune, they don't. I mean, you have to work more and make it live.
Oh,
yeah, because it's like having like an on-off.
In that way, have more inflection.
Yeah, this is already moving, so I can have one hand here. It has
you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to do much.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And then, do you still have that harmonica sound there? No.
No, but this has a harmonica sound. The harmonica sound I used. With your
but I want you to show us what you do with this and all those kind of things.
All right. So let me see where that is. Well, first of all, let me show you how, because just see this. Yeah, this is like
that's
the chromatic.
That's a real thing. That's a Hofner.
Yeah. So this instrument, the first thing that most people should do is to, if they don't want to buy one, at least ask somebody how it works. Because the one thing that you cannot do with a harmonica is to do a bend that is bigger than half step.
Oh.
You see? So most keyboards are set up
for the third.
For a whole step. For the harmonica, It's half step. That's all what you can do.
Oh, and the band have to be
And the band
up to half a step.
up to half step.
Yeah.
No more.
Oh.
So when you see somebody playing with a great sound and they go, immediately sounds
Artificial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that all the inflections, you can do bending down with the harmonica. I cannot do it. Yeah, but you can do a bending down, but
moving the thing?
by moving, yeah? So it goes almost half step down, and as it moves down, also it gets muted because your lip closes.
Don't get that same amount of air.
Exactly, yeah? So that's the other thing that most people have to understand of the instrument.
The characteristic.
The characteristic. So you can do, I mean, I bet someone like Toots Thielemans could do
anything.
But those are things of the instrument that you have to respect.
Oh, yeah.
So another thing, the nature of the instrument, unless you are a super virtuoso, you don't have much. It's very hard to be precise in big intervals.
I make a recording with the guy. I think he's from. Oh my Lord! I think he's from Yugoslavia or somewhere. Yeah, and he played Donnelly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know,
very clean and very precise.
Well, there's a couple of besides two. There's another guy that I mean, he is probably one of my favorite harmonica players, and he plays with the diatonic. He doesn't play with the chromatic. He plays with diatonic.
The guy from Chicago, you mean?
Howard Levy.
I know. I played with him a couple times.
Yeah, he used to be the original with Bela Fleck and the Flectons.
Yeah.
So he does all the alterations with the lip, bending down.
But he don't have the chromatic possibility.
He doesn't. So to play in a concert, he needs to have
a bunch of them.
A bunch of them in different keys.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the thing, you know. So when you're doing the bending down, in this keyboard, again, I cannot edit, but what I used to have back then was that when I bend it down, and this also, see, this has a vibrato already in that I hate. That is very artificial.
Very artificial. You're right.
Yeah. So, and I cannot edit.
But
what I used to do is that when I went down, I would program
the joystick.
That the joystick would also
go half
affect. No, a half step. No, the half step I do here.
Oh.
Because I will.
Let me try. But it's a point you have to do by ear, no?
Yeah, like a trombone. You have to.
A little glissando.
Yeah. So, but what I would do is I would program the filter, the brightness of the sound, so that when it went down, it would sound more opaque. Like kind of like trying to recreate more
like a darker sound.
Yeah.
And
so when you do that,
different color of the sound.
Exactly. So you can work your sound in that, and then just remember that you cannot go more than, if you're gonna do. More than a half step up, and of course, if you really want to play like the instrument, there's much more things that you have to be careful about. But I mean, we don't. I cannot keep track of everything, you know. But for instance, the note C in the harmonica, when you inhale, you get the B. You have A, and then when you inhale, you have B. Yeah, it's a different sound. And then the B, to go to the C, you can go with the lever, or there's another note C, right? So the note C is repeated.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a note C.
Straight blowing.
Blowing, and you have a note C inhaling with this. So if you want to keep track of everything, it's impossible.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you know,
that's great, man.
And when I play with that sound, what I try is not to do too many intervallic stuff, because it's really hard to do
more chromatic.
Yeah, it's more linear. It's and the vibrato I do here, not up, I do down.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's what the instrument can do.
Oh, the bending have to be down.
Yeah, if you're gonna do vibrato with the joystick, well, this has the vibrato ready.
Yeah,
yeah. But that's what I try to do, is to mimic the original sound by doing the joystick down. And of course, all those. The one thing that you know, that when you blow, you have to ta 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 ta. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. So, but the open notes are gonna be mostly C major. So sometimes when I'm playing, even in a different key, if I'm playing A flat, I would do ghost notes with the notes of C to kind of like mimic, like when they go like that. You know?
Even in different keys.
Yeah, even because that. Yeah.
But they give you the authenticity of the thing.
Yeah. So it sounds like dirt, like dirt, but that's part of it.
But something the harmonica could do.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
And one more thing that I think it's important is that when you want to do this with a keyboard, unfortunately, you have to make a caricature of the instrument. You know, it's almost like a caricature because you have to exaggerate
a little bit the nuances.
The nuances, so that it sounds more natural. If not, it sounds like a. And
then the harmonica doesn't sound like one.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you have to make a caricature, exaggerate everything. You know.
What about? Please explain us the same thing. Your procedure, your way to treat a guitar.
Guitar.
Well, acoustic guitar first. Acoustic guitar.
Wow. Okay, let me see.
Because that's very important. I taken advantage of this because I have to. I don't want the Dustin tell me anymore. Man, that doesn't sound like a guitar.
Well, it depends. It depends what you want to do with it. But I mean, the first thing to know is the range. Gonna be lower.
That's a lower. Lower than that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, but that's your bottom.
That's the lowest.
And you have 6 strings.
Only 6.
Yes.
Not 10.
So
you don't have 10.
For some people. That's a harp.
It's a harp, no guitar. Yeah.
So so what I try to do when I'm comping with a guitar sound. Yeah. First, I try to avoid any dance chords. Any.
I mean, like an intricate kind of.
Even 3, even 6. Let's say we have 6 strings. But that doesn't mean that we have to use six notes.
All the time, yeah.
No, sometimes I usually use 3. And if you're gonna use, like, for instance, like a flamenco thing, that would be, you have six notes there.
Yeah.
So you can move. If I have the guitar, you can move one finger up to give it.
But that have a sound already.
Yeah, that has the and but you wouldn't be able to do this for example, because these two notes would be in the same string.
Same string, yeah.
Yeah. So knowing a little bit how the guitar tuning works, you know.
But the open thing is in that's it, the open. Yeah, when you do room like this, that's what you got.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
So knowing your open strings, also remember what we say about the harmonica to do all those little things.
Oh.
You can do that, sometimes in the guitar, Okay, and now when it comes to the bending, doing the bending in acoustic guitar is really hard.
It's hard.
Really hard.
And very little. It's not
Very
like
little, yeah. It's not like a
an
guitar,
electric guitar. Yeah.
So what you can do is with vibrato. The vibrato on the guitar can be up because you are actually
like this. When you're going down, go
yeah.
up.
You are actually making the pitch higher.
When you pull it down.
Yeah, or when you go like this. So the vibrato, I actually do it
With hand?
with the hand. And it doesn't have to be.
No.
So, just like it's just like a quarter tone. Yeah? Okay, the other thing that the guitar can do, and that you can use as part of your language, is the hammer-ons. We don't articulate every note. We don't do ta 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 ta. Sometimes you hammer the note
With the finger, with the left hand.
Yeah. So in that case, in this case, you would need to set up, depending on how big your interval will be, you would need to set it up in your joystick.
Wow, to make it
Exactly. But you can do, especially going down, the effect would be to play a note and pull it with the finger without reattacking. So you can do.
Those little tricks that help,
Yeah,
man.
little
help
tricks,
a lot.
So in terms of chords, I tried, like, if I'm gonna come for somebody, I would.
Not many notes, no?
Sometimes.
Something like that.
Some 3 notes. So try to find different positions for the chords.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow. What else? To listen. I mean, you have to listen a lot.
Of course, yeah. But to know all the things and be familiar with the characteristic of the guitar, that bring a complete different picture, an idea, how to treat the instrument in the keyboard.
Yeah.
And that's a good advantage that you have, that you're a good guitar player and you know the instrument.
I was a good student. I don't know if I was a good guitar player, but I was a good student.
It's like bicycle. When you learn it for good.
Yeah, well, like for instance, there's something that I do in the piano. That is the repeated notes. That you can do different combinations, 4 notes, 5 notes. That is a classical piano technique that I learned later, but originally I started doing it because of the guitar. Because in the guitar, that's called tremolo. With the fingers.
Oh.
So there's a piece called Recuerdos de la Alhambra. so I used to play that tune, and then you have to develop the tremolo with this.
But
fingers.
you need nails.
You need the nails.
You cannot do it like this.
Oh no! If I do it like this, I mean, I die. I die. Two notes and then I freeze. Yeah. So you do the tremolo in the guitar with these 3 fingers. One,
You know,
two,
yeah,
three.
you can go to the places and they put acrylic.
Oh yeah, with colors.
Yeah, it was a little. Okay, let's play another little thing. Yes, let's play something like.
What would you like to do?
Coño, let's play a bolero, man.
Okay.
You know. Oh, ¿cómo fue?
Okay.
En do, ¿no? Do, sí.
Okay.
En do.
I think I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, with the guitar.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
my goodness.
Me está haciendo sudar.
No, man, but you know
Es que
what?
hacía tiempo que no hacía.
No, but I'm gonna tell you
It's
that.
been I'm sorry for the Spanish. It's been a long time since I played like
No,
this kind of
no,
songs.
but it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful because it really sounds like a guitar. Of course, it's not like a guitar. That sounds like a Joe Pass playing a bolero.
But and you have to remember, I mean, some of the newer software, when you do like plugins, for instance, there are plugins and there are patches in some keyboards that actually have the sound, the noise of the fret,
string and the fret. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I mean,
Sound even more real.
Yeah.
You're real. Yeah. Okay. Share with us what kind of project are you working now? What kind of band are you playing with? What are you doing in general with your career?
Career. It's to me, I want to do so many things. I want to englobe so many things that it's really hard to keep juggling all of them. You know, I found an interesting relationship with teaching. You know, with that side of my personality that I always wanted to share. I hate when people are so they guard their secrets all the way till death. You know, I like if I can, you know, share what I know. Because I don't want to sound too dramatic, but you know, in our countries, when 30 years ago or 40 years ago in Venezuela, there was one jazz teacher.
Teacher. Wow.
You know? And in Cuba,
you have to figure it out.
Zero.
Oh yeah, no, forget about it.
So you have to figure it out, listen, and you have to, what is that? What is it doing? What chord is that?
Investigate.
Yeah, exactly.
Scratch the wall and the earth.
So I like, you know, if I can
help people.
If I can help and make it available, of course, it's really hard to do it at long distance. Sometimes I teach by Skype. Sometimes I teach, and people ask me questions. For instance,
with the trumpet, it's impossible. I always refuse to do it. A lot of people ask me, and I said, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I have to not only see you, I have to hear you in person.
Yeah, and you have to sometimes correct the position.
And we're talking about sounds.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
If I don't hear your real sound through a microphone or the telephone or whatever, I cannot judge. I cannot help.
You can do.
I cannot help.
So I have
some people does that.
Yeah,
some people do it, but
they have a very. I mean, I know people that teach even by writing, by text, and some people write me, can you help me with this chord? I have this chord in my mind, but I don't know. It's like, man, it's like so hard to text or to type.
Forget about.
Oh, you know, you have to articulate.
Music is through here, my friend. Yeah.
So sometimes I feel very bad that I cannot help these kind of people. You know, I used to teach in a couple of universities here, and I.
You're still teaching in your school?
I teach. I'm still teaching in one of the universities.
Yeah.
Here. And it's not. You know, sometimes you get these students that really, you go like, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
Because you see their faces when they
the desire, the passion.
Or when they have a question for a long time and nobody answers, and you tell them, well, I think this like you go like, that's it. You know, like, oh my God, you feel like, you know, a superhero. But also, I can learn a lot from these kids, you know.
Actually,
some of these kids.
We always learn from.
But some of these kids, you know, here in California or everywhere in the world, now the new generation, they command so much language and so much information. Sometimes I go like, wow, I'm giving them something, and at the same time, I'm really absorbing something.
Of course.
Yeah. So I've been trying to juggle that because I like it. But on the other hand,
but you're still playing gigs,
yeah,
of course.
You know, I want to keep playing gigs.
Of course.
Traveling. I love, you know, performing in front of different audiences. the audience in Japan, the audience in Europe, the audience
Different
in South
places.
America. Every audience is, you get all this.
You know, the live performance in front of the audience, this is a privilege that we got, like it's a kind of unique experience. It's something that you cannot say, I cannot explain that in words, the feeling when you see the people vibrating and enthusiastic and absorbing your message and giving you back the response of appreciation and respect and admiration of what they hear. Man, it's such a unique feeling that I have no word to describe how important that. Some people do recording and this and that and barely play in front of the audience. Yeah. I'm so sorry about it. You know, I love to play for people.
There's an edge. The performing live gives you an edge.
It doesn't matter if 2 people or 2,000. I don't care. Yeah. If they're looking to the stage and paying attention, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. I don't care how big is the place or how important it is or how big name or whatever. It's 2 people watching, looking to the stage and paying attention and enjoying what we're doing. I'm gonna be a happy person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But also, you know, recording, which is another thing that we have to do.
Of course,
because unfortunately,
once a year only.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, that is your legacy.
Absolutely, that's true.
Yeah. The only document that will exist from our passage through Earth is our little CDs that we record.
Unfortunately, man, I don't have on record any of the good gigs that I enjoy and I played.
That's
so many of those.
That's so bad.
I don't have any of those feeling in an album. Unfortunately, it's something you cannot duplicate.
Yeah,
I cannot duplicate.
And sometimes
the feeling
sometimes you go to a concert and you want to record live, and that night is not the night that you feel. Yeah, you know, sometimes it happens like that.
You know what? We are sensible, and the music is no square. You know.
Yeah.
It's got a components.
Sometimes it's
the components of feeling and a state of mind and experience that you got the day. If you got a little personal problem or you got some. You know, everything reflects in our way of expression. You know.
Yeah, I have 2 experiences with that.
We're still on because this is off over here.
Connection problem. It should still be recording, I believe.
Still recording there? Oh man. Oh yeah, we're still on. Oh, I'm sorry because here say trying to reconnect. Okay, I hope we're still on.
Looks like we're back.
Can you check there on your phone?
Yeah, I'm checking. It's
okay. We still have 25 minutes. Yeah, Tim, do you have so far any question there?
I have one question. Dennis Mad Dog Keating was asking just about your most recent tour. What's your most memorable experience since you just got back from being gone for whatever a month?
No.
You want to know? So that's the only question.
No. I prefer they do a question to Otmaro because he's a guest. You know, they're sick and tired to hear my stupid, funny stories. I want to hear about Otmaro, man. Otmaro, do you have any plan to do any recording recently?
Well, yeah.
Soon, I mean.
Yeah. My last record, time goes so fast. My last record I did in 2008 is way too long, and then I kept always composing, and in the meantime I did one album that I did for my wife, a project that we have, a Brazilian project called Lado B, and that album got picked up for the Grammys. You know, I was nominated actually for Best Arranger.
Wow.
And then I was not expecting that. You know, I was truly not expecting.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but then
it's always welcome.
After that, then your attention kind of goes like, maybe I have to.
This is the nice way to go.
Yeah. So we've been, I put my own instrumental record in the back burner, and I'm paying more attention to this new project with my wife,
Oh, that's
and arranging
great,
and. I was supposed to record my project this year, and then we decided.
And she's very happy about too, no?
Well, yeah, because she always wanted to do something like that, and me too. So
that's great.
We had that.
That made you more together.
Yeah,
all the way.
Course.
All the
and
way.
It's better than marriage therapy.
and cheaper. You don't have to pay the expensive doctor.
I tell people, if you do an album with your wife, and the album comes out, and and the marriage survives, that's the best thing in the world.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. We have a lot of things in common. For example, you're from Venezuela. I'm from Cuba. We suffer in Cuba like almost 60 years of the horrible dictatorship, and you got in Venezuela already like 19 years,
17 years.
17 years of more or less the same situation. Unfortunately, with the strong influence of the Cuban dictator, and all the bad influence of that kind of policy of the lack of respect for human.
Yeah.
It's not even the human right. No, that's too big.
Yeah, just
word.
basic.
Yeah.
Respect for
It's respect for the human life.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately, we have a lot longer time than you. But nowadays, Venezuela is getting through a very difficult situation. Yeah. What is your comment about? What can you illustrate us about?
Well,
what is the situation in your country now?
As you very well said, I mean, these people have absolutely no respect for the suffering of an entire country. Not only that, they actually make fun sometimes. I mean, there's a personality from the regime that came the other day in a video, eating with his wife outside in some very beautiful location, eating, and he's saying,
wonderful.
He's showing what he's eating. I'm eating this and I'm eating that, and this is the
and
time.
The people are starving in the street.
People are eating from the trash cans, from the trash in the streets. So that's the kind of.
What happened? Are we okay, Dawson?
As far as I know.
But that thing is there trying to
I don't know why the internet
reconnect.
Being weird. It was good.
But you see anything there?
I'm stopped on mine.
Let me see. It's still there? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. We never have this problem before. And what we see here in the screen is trying to reconnect. Maybe the Wi-Fi or something? Okay.
Yeah, it's because we're talking about the Venezuelan situation. This is the Venezuelan internet.
Not even the Wi-Fi accepted. It said, let me
internet.
get out of here. No, yeah, but do you see any kind of solution?
Well,
I mean, like a near.
Yes. I think, well, first of all, at the beginning, the last few years, I've been, I'm here. Many Venezuelans, many artists, we live here, but I didn't come here running from anything. I came here 30 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand.
So that's the first thing that I have to always explain people. And I made my family is here. My daughter is here. My wife is here. And I've been longer an American citizen than I was a Venezuelan.
Oh, yeah.
By now, So some people, of course, when I see the news and I want to, we'll read about how other countries have done, what strategies other countries can do to get rid of their, the Romanians or the Ukrainian, and it's really hard not to get excited and try to share. Hey guys, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. And of course, I understand that the Venezuelans that are in the country, they are desperate.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they get really touchy because they say, well, you can say that because you are in.
That's true.
It's really hard
But I'm gonna give you
have an
my
opinion from here.
But I'm gonna give you my input and my 2 cents that I am not Venezuelan, but I have a great admiration and great respect for the people who are fighting there and demonstrating every day on the street.
Of course.
We don't do that in Cuba.
Yeah.
You know what we do?
And
We jump in the raft and escape.
Yeah, but don't you think I am? Well, you asked me if there's a solution. I think we're very close. We're very close. The people
You're
now,
reaching the limit.
Yeah, because people have nothing to lose anymore.
Yeah. They're not afraid.
Yeah,
they're
so
not
they
afraid.
lost the fear, and this regime might be just enjoying their last breaths, you know. Now, the good thing that can come out of this is that once Venezuela gets rid of these people,
Yeah.
maybe Cubans will go like, it's possible.
Oh,
Maybe.
you're right.
Maybe.
You're right. Yeah.
Because this regime is acting under the
Influences.
direct orders from Raúl.
Cuba. That's true, man.
Yeah,
That's true.
And he has more money than Cuba because he has the Venezuelan resources.
Oh, on the oil and the whole
The oil,
thing.
you see.
Yeah.
So if Venezuelans can't get rid of this regime, Cubans will go like, maybe
Could be a good
yeah,
example.
yeah,
Could be a good role model to follow.
yeah.
I wish, man.
Yeah,
I wish.
me too. I mean, that's now the one thing that I am very afraid is that once these people are out, then we will have a period of many years of rebuilding the spirit of the people, because the people are broken, and the people from especially the military, the moral corruption is so deep.
Wow.
Even if these people get out, what do you do with all these officers that sold their loyalty
They
for a car, or for an apartment,
for anything?
Yeah, what do you do with all these people? You know,
It's a very difficult situation in
that's-
general.
Yeah, that's
in
gonna take a long time, but I think we're very close to step one. Step one is getting rid of the garbage, like sweeping that garbage out. Then once you have the clean floor, you'll figure out where to put your furniture. You know.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's play a little more. I would like, the
Blackbird, huh?
Yeah, in every.
Let's see
What kind of sound you could put there? Anything.
let's use the same guitar, huh? Because
The guitar? You
I
think?
don't even,
Try something else.
let me see. And
Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah, in F.
F.
Tin,
Yes.
as always, we got Mr. Tin Lamarca helping us here,
Hello.
writing question and getting questions. Do you have any question for us?
I have been locked up, unfortunately. I see Ken Saul's here. Tim Morrison had a question. He said, light up. He said, asked about your Fuente, and he said, get one lit up quick.
Oh,
So that's Tim Morrison. We've had Nan Schwartz is watching. Unfortunately, because I've been kind of locked, and because of the internet,
Yeah.
I haven't seen any questions. So please, if you have questions.
yeah, it's about time now. We have another 10 minutes left. And but anyway, man, I enjoy everything, and I learned so much from your, your input of, in the way, the approach of to think how to treat different instrument in the keyboard. That's the thing we all learn how to do it, and I really appreciate that so much, man.
Wow.
Thank
well,
you so
I'm
much,
glad,
man. Thank you.
I'm glad I was, again, these are things that are very simple and just require observation.
Yeah, simple for you.
No, but I mean, it requires observation. You just observe and try to mimic.
That's beautiful,
Yeah, but I'm glad I was of help.
Play for us, please. Something of your lately composition, something you would love to.
Wow.
Something like that.
Here,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have a.
Anything you have been writing, you mentioned that Brazilian project or something. You have any of those things?
The thing, that's based on standards, but reharmonized.
Oh.
Rearranged. Yeah. And with my new music, it's quartet music. So I'm still developing.
But the string quartet?
No, I mean quartet like a
with
sax.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, there's nothing that I could play. And I write mostly for the acoustic piano, So here, it's really.
Even if we don't gonna play the head, but they play la chica Ipanema, pero without playing the head.
Okay.
Just the chord, the chord. Woo! Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Otmaro, thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And this is going to be in YouTube. It's going to be in the ASI, which is the ASI, Arturo Sandoval Institute website, which is the website, and also in our page, which is Music Lovers.
Music Lovers, okay.
ASI Music Lovers. And it's going to be there permanently. If anybody misses this opportunity, you can go there, and later on, we're going to have it also on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we really appreciate it. And thank you, Otmaro, very much for your time.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity
and to share with us your talent, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.